Good afternoon, guys. In today's video I'm going to be answering all the questions you left on my how much does it cost to live in a motorhome video right here in this video. So let's do it, shall we? Like I said in the intro, I'm going to be answering all your questions that you left in the video that I've done about how much it costs to live in a motorhome in the UK full time. If you haven't seen that video and you want to, there's a link to it here now. Here somewhere. Or there's definitely a link in the description below. Some that I should have probably answered there and then, but I didn't. So I'm going to try and do better. Must do better. I must get more professional. But yeah, it was a very successful video. I mean, it's like up to 55,000 views already, which, you know, that's pretty incredible, really. I was blown away by that. So yeah, really appreciate that. But I didn't want to stay in the motorhome and do this. I thought I'd come for a little walk. I've just finished work, and I thought I'd come for a little walk. This little lagoony, lake, pond, whatever you want to call it, body of water. Doesn't look too bad, does it? Not too shabby. So yeah, I thought I'd walk around here, answer a few questions. I just bumped into a van lifer up there, a full-timer. So I was having a chat with him, and then I thought I'd come down here, do a video. The first thing that popped up about 4 or 5 times, because I think the video went quite wide and not to my normal audience. People were comparing me to, they're calling me the English Boogie 2988. I'll put a picture of him up now. He's a very popular, famous YouTuber. He does some skits, some funny stuff. No, I'm not. I mean, I can see where you're going with the similarities. It's a fat joke. It's a fat joke. But no, I am not going to turn into stinging nettles. I'm not going to turn into the English version of Boogie 2988, unfortunately for you lot. First question: how do I earn my money? I am a full-time lorry driver. I drive lorries. They give me a wage. They give me money at the end of the month, or every week, to be fair. They give me money every week because I drive a lorry. Pretty simple, full-time job. Why don't you just rent a flat? Well, first and foremost, because of this right now. I won't be interacting with any of you lot. I won't be meeting the people that I've met. I mean, this weekend I was at the Lost in Europe meetup with Ash Pollard and all the other YouTubers. I was so relaxed I didn't even film much. I'll link to some videos below. But I wouldn't have been to that if I wasn't part of the community. If I was just living in a flat, well then I'm just the average Joe. I'm not saying I'm special because I live in a motorhome, but it's just different. It's freedom. It's brilliant. I don't want to live in a flat. I don't want to live in a house. And for the costs, I think I win. You know, what I'm paying to what I'm getting, I think I win. I don't think you're going to get what I've got for the £500-ish a month. You forgot to put the costs of campsites in the budget. How much do they cost you a month? They don't, quite plainly. As a lot of my regular viewers know, I don't stay on campsites. I am purely urban, hence my name, the Urban Motorhome. Predominantly urban areas, streets, side roads, industrial estates, here, there and everywhere. So I don't go on sites unless there's a meet-up 9 times out of 10. Then I'll go on a site if that's where the meet-up is. And I'll only ever go on a site 2, maybe 3 times a year if I get a couple of days off and I just want to park up, fix myself for a couple of days, 3-4 days. So apart from that, I don't go on sites. So that's why I don't have a cost for campsites. Food shopping. This was a massive thing. Now, it caused quite a lot of controversy in the comments, and I've had emails, I've had messages, because I put 120, yeah, I put £120, £30 a week is my food costs. And like I did say in the video, food costs, all these costs are flexible. Sometimes they go up, sometimes they go down. If I saw, well, let's take for example the other day, salmon was on special, smoked salmon was on special in one of the shops at half price. I bought 10 packs, you know, so that wouldn't be a normal monthly cost, buying 10 packs of salmon, but that salmon will last me, and I like smoked salmon and eggs, so there you go. You know, it was an abnormal purchase, shall we say. Someone even said there's no way he spends £30 a week on food, he's lying or fooling himself. Why would I lie? I mean, I've been honest and open about all my costs. Why would I lie about the food costs? I shop at Aldi and Lidl's predominantly. Things that I can't get from them, I go to Tesco's or other mainstream supermarkets, do you want to say? The reason my costs are probably quite low is I usually eat 2 fair-sized meals a day, and I don't eat carbs. Every now and again I will eat carbs. Again, if it's going to be special occasions for a week or something, then I might go back to carbs. So I don't buy the crisps, the sweets, the bread, the cakes, you know, pasta, rice, any of that. I follow, not that this is interesting to van life, but it was a question. I follow a ketogenic diet. If people want more information on that, then I'm more than happy to provide that. I'm more than happy to go into that. But people were asking for me to do a video of me going shopping and getting food. Now, if enough of you want that, put that in the comments below, and I'm happy to do that. I just didn't think that's very van life related, but people seem to want that. So if you do want that, put it in the comments below, and I'm more than happy to go do a week shop and show you what I buy and what I think I'm going to cook with all that, and then you can see the receipt, you can see what's going on. But like I say, costs are flexible, they're not fixed. Brett asked a question, not food related, but in the grocery section of questions. My monthly tea bags for a cup of tea. And Brett, you're not going to like this, I'm not really a tea drinker. Mate, a box of 200 tea bags will last me probably a year. Really not my kind of thing. Not my cup of tea. How much do you spend emptying your waste tanks? Right, grey tank, that's just exactly the same as a bucket of car wash water. It's, you know, it's shower water and sink water, dish water. Just find a grid and then open it straight down the drain. That's simple enough. If I'm going to if I'm not in an area with a public toilet to empty the black tank, the toilet cassette, I will go to a little campsite, and usually it's a couple of quid to just empty the tank. But usually I find somewhere, friends or public toilets, or little campsites, and they're a couple of quid. So it's just a random cost. It is no, you know, and I've got money in my pocket for that kind of thing. What else? I don't even know if this is a good style of answering questions, because I didn't want to just sit in the motorhome and just answer these questions straight at you. How much you spend on water? 99% of the time I just fill up at garages or wherever I can. If I go to, is sometimes if I do empty my tanks on a little site, they'll say you can fill your tank as well if you want, and then I'll just fill up then. But 90% of the time I just fill my 100 litre water tank from petrol stations. So always a bench. Let's take a pew, shall we? I do buy bottled water here and there to use. I have been buying bottled water in the hot weather, because then I'm putting lots of bottled water in the fridge to keep it cold and keep me hydrated. Again, the stuff that I get from the taps at the garage forecourts, I do drink that. It's not a problem. I've been drinking that for two and a half years, no problem. I've got a small filter on the tap, just filters normal stuff, and I've never had any problems, so it's not an issue. Why don't you have a diesel heater to save money on LPG? I did consider getting a diesel heater, but that was until I went to a meet-up and I met loads of people that had them, and come the evening time they all turned them on. They sound like jet engines. I know they get to a heat and then they just tick over, but that was just too noisy for me. I just didn't like it. And then they tick in and tick out, and they clock on and clock, whatever they do. They're great for if you need heating, but my gas fire's silent, and LPG is not really expensive, so I don't know how much it would be in comparison to comparing the two, but no. Why don't you have a wood burner? Free heat and cooking. Again, I did think about getting a wood burner. Don't know where I'd put it. There's only one place I could put it, and that'd be where my kitchen cupboard is. So take the cupboard out, it'd be mounted on top of the work surface. It'd have to already be insulated around and insulated underneath, and a chimney out the top, and it would only be small, but it would heat the place. But then, they are quite messy, they're quite dusty, and you've got to then carry wood, or you've got to find wood. And also, at any point in the year, you've got smoke coming out the chimney. Whenever you've got that on, you've got smoke coming out the top. Yeah, alright, once you've burnt it, burns really hot, then yeah, you won't have so much smoke. But the only time I have anything coming out of my roof is steam, when it's like -3 and the heating's on. And that's just a bit of steam. And even then it has to be, really cold. So no, I don't want to sacrifice the space, the weight of carrying wood, finding wood, and I just not really interested. I've got a gas cooker for cooking, so it's fine. Why don't you do edits, modifications, repairs, maintenance and mechanical stuff yourself to save money? Put simply, it's because I don't know how to. I haven't got the skills, the tools, or 9 times out of 10 the inclination to actually do them myself. If there's a professional out there which I can pay that's within my means, then yeah, I'm all for that, because I'm starting to do more and more little bits. At the beginning I didn't do bits at all, because I didn't know if I was going to keep the van for long term, or sell it. So then I want everything done prim and proper, so then the new owner would be fine. So I will, going forward, I will do some of the little bits myself, but if I can, that's what we go to work for. We earn money to buy things. That's a service. That's a solution to a problem. So if I can buy it, it's not being snobby or anything. If I didn't have the money, I would figure out how to do it. I know how to figure things out. There's plenty of knowledge out there, and information out there to figure things out. But I don't want to break something and make it worse. Do you pay council tax and a TV license? No and no. Are you saving for a newer motorhome or an upgrade? How long do you plan to keep this one for? Again, at the very beginning, I was thinking about, shall I keep this one for so long and then get a new one? But now I've settled on, I'm going to keep this one until it's done. I'm not changing it. I'm just going to keep this one running sweet, look after it, care for it, maintain it, and yeah, I'm just going to keep this as long as I can, because I've had so much work done to it. It suits me down to the ground. It's not too big, it's not too small, and that's what she said. I had to. I'm such a child. Why don't you put maintenance costs into a monthly budget? Well, yeah, I could, and that does make sense, but I just keep everything that isn't in the budget, and he's just saved, he's ready to use. So it's there anyway, so it's either going to be there in one or another, but makes sense if you want to do that way. But then you don't know what the I mean, you can put your tax and your MOT and all that aside, I suppose, monthly, and your service, you could break that down monthly and put that aside. So yeah, I could do that. Why do you need 2 SIM cards for the internet? Can't you just tether from your mobile phone? Yes, I can tether from my mobile phone, but I use 2 SIM cards because one stays in the motorhome all the time for Wi-Fi, which then gives me access to my CCTV system while I'm out and about and away from the motorhome. If I only had 1 SIM card, that'd be in my phone, and then I wouldn't be able to access the CCTV, which is back at the motorhome. So that's the only reason. Do you pay for electricity? No, I don't go to site, so I don't hook up. Last time I hooked up was about 18 months, 20 months ago, something like that. And I have a massive solar system on the roof. There'll be a link to the video up here, or in the description below if you want to watch that. And that will show you my solar system, which keeps me off grid full time. Keeps everything I want charged, all my gadgets, all my tech, this, that and the other, keeps it all singing sweet. Lastly, how many miles do I drive on average per year with the costs that I've outlined? I think last year I done about 8,000 miles, so not much overall, and that's, for everything. That is my only vehicle. So I'm constantly driving that to and from work, and into park ups, and into meet ups, to the shops, to here, there and everywhere. That is my only vehicle, so it's not too bad. If you've got any more questions about the money subject, then drop them in the comments below and I'll answer them. Feel free to do that, no worries. I hope I've covered everything now. If you do want anything more, drop it in the comments below. If you've got any more questions, drop them down there. Any more videos you want to see, again, drop them down. Give this a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't, hit that down button. I don't care. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. You're free to do what you want. And if you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button. I would always appreciate that. And I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy, guys. Bye.